Look guys, I love the first Hangover, I enjoyed the second, but can we end it now, please? The Hangover Part 3 is a movie that follows the same guys from the first two movies, and this time they have to go find Chow because he stole a bunch of money from John Goodman, so John Goodman kidnaps Doug, and if they don't get Chow to him, he'll kill Doug. So yeah, there's a lot of Chow in this movie, and going into this movie, I was excited because I enjoyed the first two Hangover movies. I love the first one, especially, and the trailers I thought looked pretty good. They didn't have a lot of comedy, but I thought they were just saving a lot of the best parts for the movie, and they weren't. Because this movie isn't a comedy, it's more of an action thriller type movie with a lot of jokes in it. And what I mean by that is this movie is so dark and it's not a comedy anymore. It's about them trying to find this criminal and hand him over to another criminal. It's not about them trying to backtrack their steps after a freaking crazy night. It's about them just in a terrible situation. And yes, it's great to see these three guys back together. All three of them, Bradley Cooper, Ed Helms, and Zach Galifianakis, have good chemistry, and they will always have good chemistry in these movies. I hope there isn't another one, but I'm just saying, they're good together. Let's see, where do I want to start? John Goodman, let's just get him out of the way. He's wasted in this movie. He's in about 3 scenes, and he really doesn't have much funny stuff to say. He's just kind of there to be evil. He's like, oh, I'm gonna kill your friend. Find Chow. Find Chow. It's like, that's a great role. Now let's move on to Chow, because Ken Jeong, I felt, did well in the first movie because he was in like 2 or 3 scenes. And he was fine in that. He was not overexposed. He was funny, but still kind of serious. In the second one, he became a lot more zany and weird. However, he was still only a very small part of the movie, so I was fine with that. Here, the movie is almost completely about finding Chow and just doing all this shit with him, so he's on screen for a good lot of time, and he was annoying, alright? And that's putting it nicely. I got so irritated by him. He had a couple funny jokes, but for the most part, he was just so annoying. The voice, the way he acts, it's just so predictable, and it's supposed to be unpredictable. You could just say, oh, well, he's gonna do that now. And it's gonna be crazy, and it's just, it doesn't work. Now look, I applaud Todd Phillips for going in a new direction with this and taking a big risk. It just didn't pay off. It's just, this movie is not that good, it's not that funny. There are definitely a lot of jokes that made me laugh a lot, however, a good portion of the jokes also miss, which is something that didn't really happen in the second one. Some jokes missed, but a lot of them I thought were funny. In the first one, they rarely missed. Here, it's just hit, miss, hit, miss, miss, hit, miss. It's just, it's so jumbled with the jokes. And they changed Alan in this movie, too. They changed him into a giant dickbag, as if he was kind of one in the second one, but he meant well for the most part. But in this one, he's just a dick for no reason, and it's not that funny, especially when he's doing it to Stu, because it's like, they have a good back and forth to a point, but it's very uncomfortable at times to watch. And by the end of this movie, it was like the last 10 minutes of this movie just kept going on and on and on, and I just wanted it to end already, because they were just doing like, oh, this is gonna be the last one, let's flash back to the other movies, and I know what happened in the other movies, I don't need to see it. Oh, and also stay during the credits, because there's a very funny sequence in there that is one of the best things in the movie. It's hilarious. But this movie overall, it's not that funny, and it tries to go really dark and serious, but it doesn't work for this franchise. So I'm gonna give it a C. You don't really need to go see it. It's fine, but it's nothing special. I actually enjoyed Part 2 more. It was funnier. So what'd you guys think of Hangover Part 3? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What's your favorite of the trilogy? If anyone writes anything besides 1, I'm gonna have to shoot myself. Write beautiful comments down there and tell me what you think. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down there, because if you don't, we could share that lollipop that Zach Galifianakis and Melissa McCarthy shared, which is disgusting.